Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers with Right Line Trading. And I'm just going to take a quick minute and show the disclaimer. I'll tell you, we're in my favorite trade. This ES, this Signal A ES bounced right off of that area of resistance. And it seems like every morning they kind of do that. They do a big head fake. But let's go to the disclaimer. This broadcast is really for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed trade advisor. All right, let's take some trades. So the ES is in that ES cash register is in a really nice trade. And I haven't put any of the strategies. Well, I take that back. I almost started trading in my Apex account, but then I closed the position. It's down $60. I wanted to wait until we went live so I can kind of talk my way through the decision-making process. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a happy tax day. Oh, man, April 15th. I was talking in my sleep last night. I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I had a debit from the IRS. And in my account. Hey, good morning, Giles. It was tax day here in the U.S. If you're not located in the U.S. April 15th. All right. So I went to Forex Factory, but it seems that their website is having a issue. And we're about 2 minutes away from the market open. Hey, Bernard. There you are, my friend. The Russell is in a beautiful short trade. Right before the opening bell. And before we get to the opening bell, just want to pull up my performance. Just take a look and see what the numbers look like. Okay, there we go. So there's the bell. And we got that big candle down, which is really a good news for the cash register up here. All the ES and the Russell strategies are in. Yeah, I saw that, Bernard. Kind of looking for a direction here. And I'm showcasing the AI Auto Trader. If today's your first day, we have a really powerful automated system that will execute and manage the trades for us. We're trading all of the index equities as well as crude oil and gold. Hey, there he is. Hey, Mo. Good morning. And I really love this ES strategy. The NASDAQ is very exciting. It's one of my favorites as well, but the ES is almost its, polar opposite. The ES is very slow and methodical, where the NASDAQ is like a Lamborghini. Mm-hmm. And my gold signal B took a trade here, I see. So I see my leaderboard. My leaderboard this morning shows a lot of signal A's, which is good for a ranging or choppy market with a lot of volatility. The signal B, once the market finds a direction and starts trending, the signal B is the way to go. And we've got some really great features on how to manage these trades. We're getting ready to release an update that has what we call the profit window. And I'll explain how that works in just a minute, because tomorrow it's going to be coming out. So the Haymaker could get this short roll to the downside. I see my RSI line in my oscillator, which is a really good calculation of momentum. Once it breaks through that 80% line to the downside, it'll pop into a short trade, and vice versa for a long trade. But it's still kind of chopping around here. The legacy signals, what Giles is referring to, are the bots that have the name on them, the cash register, the retirement plan, and yeah, the legacy bots are signal A's. You're right. Good question. And the ES is slowly working its way down. It's let's see what positions we're in here. We're in a really nice one on the cash register. The ES signal A. That's the one I'm kind of leaning towards. Is that ES signal A. Unless we get a big meltdown and it just starts going down, down, and down. One of the reasons why we've been having success with the AI auto is our risk to reward ratio. We have anywhere from a 3 to a 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio in our favor. So we have really nice big profit targets that are very ambitious, and we hit them on a number of occasions. Really nice percentage-wise, we do hit them. However, if we don't get the maximum excursion, we certainly don't want to give back all of our profits either. So we have a few different ways to safeguard and preserve that capital that I'm going to play around with. And here we go with this signal A. It's looking really good. This has really become one of my favorite strategies. So what I normally do to lock this in, if I haven't already, well, there, it just hit the full target. So we got that big move down on the ES. So if I go with a signal A now, what I'm looking for is a reversal for a retracement back up. And I've noticed on the ES that it's been coming down to that area of support and then reversing and going in the other direction. So if we can get into a long trade as close to this area as possible, I would feel good about that. We're actually still in. The drone is still in on the signal A drone. So I think what I'm going to do is on my strategies for my prop account, I'm going to go to that signal A AI drone, and these are the strategy parameters. My trading hours, it's going to take long or short trades. And this is considered a drone strategy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to my trade management. And in my trade management, I have a 15-tick stop and a 90-tick profit target. When price goes to plus 16, it goes to break even. I'm going to give it even a little more room. I'm going to go to 30. And my profit target window is 35. What that means, this is part of the update that's coming out, is the profit window, if I get to within 35 ticks of my profit target, it's going to create a window. It's going to create a bracket of my profit target, and then 35 ticks down will be my stop. So when it gets to about 17 or 18 ticks away from my profit target, it'll automatically put a window, a bracket, to lock in that profit between 35 ticks away from my 90-tick profit target. So I can't give back more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enable my ES on the signal A. And in order to get into that trade, what it would take is my RSI line and my oscillator, which is a good metric for momentum. Once momentum shifts and there's a big disparity between uptick and downtick to the upside, it's going to jump into that trade to the long side. And if we look at this month today, the April 1st to the 16th, I can see that this strategy is up about just under $5,000 trading one contract. Okay? And what I can also look at, if I go to my analysis, What this is here is NinjaTrader has a very powerful tool in their trade performance. On my control center, I can go to New Trade Performance, and this will automatically pop up. When you order the AI Auto Trader, we install the system with a separate SIM account for each one of the active strategies and drones. The main reason why we do that is so we can track a historical performance of each individual strategy. So with this filter feature, this little hourglass, I can check off the ES Signal A AI drone and see in a specified period of time what the performance is. So this month, this is a really hot strategy. So that's a major factor in my decision making. And I can look at it even further. I can look at the analysis. You can see the equity curve. Very little drawdown. Very little drawdown, about $350 max. And whether you trade a prop account or a live account, nobody wants to take a big drawdown. And it just continues to go up. This is on a daily. It looks at each day and it gives you a curve. But another metric I like to look at is the half hour of the day. So I could see the hot times. And I know that my window between 9:30 and 10, I have this big, huge green bar telling me that, hey, this is the time of day that it does really well. And then again after lunch, I've got these two huge green bars. So what I've been noticing with the ES is, and from talking to David Wise is our options trader, is it likes to bounce off of these areas of support and resistance, price does. And it kind of forms a channel, like it's done here. You can see this channel in the ES. So my goal with enabling my Signal A drone is to have it bounce. Okay, it's a little presumptive, I know. To have it bounce off of this area of resistance. I always like to attach my stop when I'm up this much money. I always like to attach it. Another way we can manage, help manage these strategies is I can right click on my stop and go to attach to indicator, and I can attach it to my modified fast indicator. That's a smoothed out 15 EMA. It's an EMA of an EMA. So I'll attach it to that 15 EMA, and now it's not going to allow it to come back too far. I can also manually drag my stop if I wanted to. But having that profit window, I've kind of left it as is, the way they're currently being distributed to our members, because I want to get the same results as our members, so I know what everybody else should have, very closely resembled. But in the future, after Wednesday, tomorrow, when this new update comes out, that window will have formed a bracket now. When that wick came down to within 15 or 20 ticks of my profit target, that bracket would have come into play. I don't mind making 800 on a trade instead of 1,000. I can live with that. But going from 900 back to break even, that would be, I wouldn't be okay with that. I am, David. I am running the bot and the drone. I can only show one at a time, though, and I just so happened to come to this one. Oh, and from my live account. I only did that because it's doing the best. I just go by the numbers on it. Whichever one has the higher profit is the one that I go with. And this one happens to have the highest profit. So now I'm looking. Now listen, it's very possible that the ES continues down and we have a big sell-off on the ES today. So keeping that in mind, I would want to be able to transition from looking for the bounce to going to my trending strategy. That's a good question, Giles. The update, we have what Sergio developed, what we call our RLT tool. Our RLT tool makes the updates a breeze, and I'll show you how it works in just a second. The Signal B drone, interestingly, looks like it's also in a short trade. The reason, David D, that I didn't select the AI bot is because I don't see it up here. I selected the AI drone because it's at the top of my leaderboard. And I went back and I looked, and if I compare my bot to my drone on my performance for the month, just out of curiosity, that's the AI drone, and then the AI bot is only up $19. So it makes it kind of a no-brainer on which one to choose. So that's my decision-making process on why. So I see my gold strategy now is up about 400. I sure would be sick to give it all back. So since I'm not using the new profit window, I'm going to attach it to my indicator, my modified fast. Now, starting tomorrow, it took it out. So this will be obsolete starting tomorrow, attaching it to an indicator. With that window, we won't really need to use it. So my Russell and my ES are atop of my leaderboard, the Signal B bot on the RTY. And we're looking for a bounce on the ES on the Apex account. And I like to keep an eye on my positions just so I know what's active and what's doing what. When do I know to transition? I just watch the price action, really, of the charts, David. Like this now with the ES, this is kind of what it's been doing. It likes to do the head fake and open up with a big move down, and then I've been seeing it make a big bounce and headed back up to this area of resistance to the top. So the ES formed a channel right here. You can see my blue line since last night to today at the market open. This has been the low. So there is a chance that it breaks through this area. And that's when my decision making really comes into play, is if it breaks through this area, I know, hey, we have a big meltdown. We have a trending market to the downside, which could very well happen. We have no idea. So I'm just keeping an eye and watching it. Forex Factory's back up. Thank you. You know, me personally, I don't really like to trade the news. Mark does, and there's a chance that you can make a lot of money. Personally, I step aside and let things calm down because it's just my personal preference. So today, FOMC, Jefferson spoke at 9. About lunchtime, FOMC Williams speaks. And then Barkin, well, they're doing a lot of talking, aren't they? At 1. And then 1:15, which has a big red flag. When you see that folder red, so I know historically when Powell's going to speak in the afternoon, the market's very choppy. Doesn't move much. It's usually not a great trading day. So if there was a day to maybe step aside or a morning to step aside, a good morning to maybe not even take trades is when Powell is going to be talking. You see a red flag. So our retirement plan jumped into this. Our retirement plan is our 2-minute strategy on the NASDAQ. And the 2-minute usually reacts a little quicker than the ES. And you see it kind of bounced as well. So we'll see what happens with the NASDAQ. We have a really tight stop on this trade. Hey, Rao, good morning. Thank you for letting me know, Michael. So now we know that Powell is talking at, what was it, 1:30? 1:15. It's 150,000 account. So it's always the strategies that I concentrate on that are at the top of my leaderboard. I want to go with the ones that are working the best. If the NASDAQ 30 range isn't doing great today, that's okay. That's okay. We have a really diversified portfolio of strategies. We'll find another that is working well. Yesterday, gold on that signal B did really well. Let me see if I can go back to my... I'm sorry, it's going to flash for a minute. Sorry about that. What I wanted to look at was... we're getting that balance. Here we go. Now, it's getting really close to popping me into that ES trade, if I'm not already in it. My 30 ranges all jumped long on the NASDAQ. So the ES hasn't taken that trade yet in my Apex account. But it's getting close. It's looking at this line right here. So signal A's, you can see are the top 10 on the leaderboard. So with Powell speaking at 1:15 today, there's a lot of volatility, big moves up and down. It's not just one direction. A lot of indecision. So what's really great about this window in my parameters of my strategies, if I go to that window, you'll see here that you could see my NASDAQ strategy now is within 40 or 50 ticks of my profit target. My profit target on that strategy, if I go to the AI Auto Trader and I load the retirement plan template, you'll see that my profit target is 180 ticks. So I can go to my profit target window now that I'm up 600 or 700. I wouldn't want to give all that back. So I could put my profit target window, let's say within 40 ticks, and we're going to provide you with the inputs to statistically that make the most sense. And once your price comes within 40 ticks of this profit target, it's going to put a bracket. It's going to squeeze your stop. And it's not going to allow you to give back an inordinate amount of money, an unproportional amount of money to the risk. You don't want to risk more than you have potentially to gain. We want our risk and reward to be equally balanced at that point. That EMA, you can see it bouncing. It's a little more forgiving than a regular moving average, than a simple moving average. It kind of follows price a little bit. It's not as stiff. It's not. I wouldn't call it a hard stop. So now it looks like the signal A jumped in, which it did. To pass the account, I used a combination of the ES, the NASDAQ, and gold. Those are my three favorite. The ES, the NASDAQ, and gold. YM is doing well. Let's take a look at the YM. Now the YM creeped up on us on our leaderboard. So it's saying, hey, take a look at me. And I'm just going to attach it to my 50. So with Jerome Powell coming out at 115, our signal A's right now are at the top of the leaderboard. I'm hoping not to get wicked out on the ES. We can get a little push through these moving averages and head up like the NASDAQ is starting to do. I got a full winner on the YM. So the Signal A, AI bot, and drone are both doing very well on the YM today. So I did get wicked out on the ES. But let's take a look at the YM. The YM took this long entry here and went all the way up and hit the profit target. You can't see it because it's right in the diamond. But it went all the way up here from down here and then took a short and hit it all the way down here. And now it's bouncing back up. And it jumped right back into the signal A. My RSI line crossed. And it's taking this momentum trade to the upside. Jumped right back in long. It's having a bit of a tough time getting through those moving averages. Hey, good morning, Dr. Hanson. Oh, great, Rao. Rao passed his apex today. That's wonderful. Good, great job. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break with this one. These aren't easy days with Jerome Powell talking at 1. Let's go back to the ES 5-minute AI drone. We'll keep an eye on it. My apex is down 440. So I can give it one more shot today. Hey, Isaac. Yeah, today is Tuesday, April 16th. The AI, the YM is back in, yes. This has been a hot strategy. Let's see if this YM can score again. Really nice volatility on this YM today. This is a textbook signal A chart. That's what you want it to look like if you're trading a signal A. Came down, right down, took out my stop, and now it'll probably go up a mile. This is the performance of the signal 30 range signal B AI drone on the 30 range. And we're coming right into the hot zone here. Between 10 and 11, this 30 range signal B AI drone this month is up about $7,000. So this is normally a really nice time to trade that 30 range on the signal B. Today we're getting a little bit of sideways action here. My signal B hasn't really fired off a trade yet. So patience is a virtue. Sometimes it's better to take no trades. We're in a big trade on the signal B gold. Let's take a quick look at gold. Signal B gold. Here's just a bear chart. This is the chart template without the image. It's not having a great day, but that was a nice trade. Hey, Dr. Jeff. Good morning. Yes, we are trading gold today. The NASDAQ on the 30 range signal A. AI drone. I think that might be the way to go, is knowing that the FOMC is coming out, and with this volatility, we might catch a really nice trade on that 30 range signal A. This is our haymaker strategy, and I've got a 50 tick trailing stop on this trade. Up until now, it hasn't done well today. Hey Mo, that would be the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq and the E-mini are the two top strategies. Okay, so the signal A, let's give that one a try. Why not? I think it makes the most sense. So I'm going to go to my Nasdaq on the apex, the signal A. I kind of missed this short roll. Well, you can't argue with this YM. So if I wanted to play the YM on that signal A, and that's based totally on the numbers. And what happens is with this system is these bots and drones run in tandem with one another. The drone, they share a database, and the drone is telling the bot what the range of the market is, the market conditions. Where's the ideal place to put my target, profit target, and stop? And so the bot dynamically during the trading session will reposition the profit target and the stops. In this case, it's led to really a P&L that's twice as good as the drone in this situation. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. Just jumped in long. No, I'm down on gold too, Dr. Jeff. Yeah, I'm down on gold too. That's why I haven't traded it today with the funded account. Today at 1:15, Jerome Powell is going to be talking. And normally on days like today, it's a rough environment. After he speaks, could be a different ballgame. Oh, thank you, Giles. Yeah, let me see if I can find that for you. When an update comes out, Giles, one of our members, is asking about installing updates. Let me go to my downloads and find the tool. The tool. Sergio, let me tell you, is a whiz when it comes to computers. He wrote this program. This is what it is here. I'll show you. When you get an update, Giles, the only thing that you'll have to do is import the zip file, just like you would any other NinjaTrader add-on. And once you've imported the zip file, be one zip, you'll put it into NinjaTrader, and then you'll shut down Ninja. Okay, you just shut your Ninja down, and you'll come to your RLT tool. And I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to go to the one that says RLT tool. These other ones I'm not going to worry about. I'm just going to launch this one, this RLT tool. And it's going to prompt me to extract. So I'm going to extract all. This pop-up comes up, and I'm just going to put extract. And I've already done this, so I'm just going to replace the files. And then again, I'm going to go right back to my RLT tool, and I'm going to open it up. And there is a chance, because my virus protector is warning me, okay, but I know that it's not a virus. So I'm just going to click on more information and run it anyway. I'm going to bypass my virus protector and run it anyway. Now this is going to come up. Now the only thing left to do is I'm going to load the data, and I could select whether I want to load the full contracts or the micros. So let's say I load the full contracts. It's going to load all of the templates for you. Then you're going to select, these are the workspaces that are in my NinjaTrader. And I'm going to select which workspace I want to load the strategy templates. And if it's anything different than what's here in this column under workspace, then I would override the workspace. Now, once I've overrided it, now I see in my workspace it's going to put it under the correct workspace. Now the last step would be just to click on Create, Update, or Update Your Strategies. And I would click that, and about 10 seconds later I would get a prompt that my templates have been updated or loaded. And that's the entire update. It takes a total of under a minute to do. And then when you launch your Ninja and you go to that workspace that you loaded them under, they'll all be there, updated. So what I'll do is, I've been meaning to do it for our members, is I'm going to make a really short, easy video like I just did just now. And go through all the steps, downloading the zip, importing it into Ninja, closing down Ninja, opening the tool, loading the templates on the appropriate workspace, and then relaunch NinjaTrader and go to the workspace, and everything is there for you. There's really no guesswork. All of the templates come pre-formatted. You don't have to worry about adjusting inputs unless you want to. You could trade it right out of the box. And that new Windows, I really like the Windows profit window. I'm sorry, the profit window, that where you come within 20 or 25 ticks of your profit target. It puts a bracket on it, and you can't give back. Then you don't have to fiddle with attaching your stop to an indicator. But I wanted to show you the 3 ways. That is due tomorrow, yes, Giles. I wanted to show you the 3 ways that we have that we can manage these trades. One is the one way that I was showing you is when we attach it to the indicator, where we can right-click on our stop and select Attach to Indicator and go to Properties, and then I would normally select my modified fast and then click OK. Okay, and that requires a little bit of manual work. If I don't want to use any manual work and I want to fully automate it, then within my strategy parameters, I have 2 other ways I can manage these trades. If I come down to Trade Management, I can trail my target. I can, by a predetermined amount of money, like earlier I was trailing the NASDAQ on the 2-minute by 50 ticks. So if I put the value of 50 here, then I'm going to have a trailer on my first profit target of 50 ticks. I can also go to break even at a predetermined time. This one happens to be at 60 ticks. My profit target's 200. So once I reach 60 ticks, my stop's going to go to break even plus 11. So this right here is a break even first target plus or minus. So if I get 60 ticks, I'm going to go to plus 11. All risk is off the table, and I've got lunch money in the bank. And then our third way is when you get this profit window, what that is like I explained earlier, is we don't want to have more risk associated with the trade once we come within 15 or 20 ticks of our profit target. So we could potentially be plus 180, 20 ticks away from our profit target, but our stop is moved to plus 11. So we can only gain at that point, once it's at 180, we can only gain 20 ticks. But if it's at 180 and it came all the way back to 11, well, we just lost 169 ticks. So we want that number to be equal. We don't want to risk 169 to make 20 additional ticks. To make those 20 extra ticks, we only want to risk 20 ticks. That's what that profit window is. That's what that profit window is. So it's not going to let you give back a disproportionate amount of money to what you would have gained when you were up on a trade. Rao, if it's working for you, don't change a thing. And from what I've read in your comments, and I always tell that to people, if what you're doing is working, for the love of God, don't fix it if it ain't broke. The definition of insanity, you probably know, is to repeat the same thing and expect different results. So if you're getting good results, do the same thing. If you're getting terrible results, it might be a good time to change it up. Here we go with the big reversal on the NASDAQ here. Looks like it's going to take a short roll. It's just been so choppy. It's really a tough environment today. Which is the norm when Jerome Powell is going to talk. I'm watching gold out of the side of my peripheral vision, and right now it's just chopping all over the place. This is the gold chart. So my YM Signal AI bot is on the leaderboard. Let's take a look at this trade on the NASDAQ. Forming a session low here, it appears. Let's go back to 930. No. So Rao is using, he said, a 1-to-1 risk to reward. If he's risking 10, he's going for 10. So you would, with a 1-to-1 risk to reward, we need a really nice winning percentage. Well, we need to win more than half of our trades. So over 50%, and you'll be profitable. So you really don't need a tremendous winning percentage. The real problem is when you're risking more than you're winning. And that was the motivation behind the profit window feature. And the Russell. Isaac would it would be nice to also reduce Charles's workload. Yeah, it would be nice. Mine too. Charles is a great guy. Let me tell you, he's one of the rare people nowadays that enjoys helping people. And does a great job. And you don't find that often anymore. The RTY bot jumped in. I was going to do this signal A, but on the NASDAQ. This is our signal A on the 30 range. Took kind of a counter trend trade here with the shift in momentum. Yeah, seems to have found a direction here in the last 10-16, only 18 minutes. Very choppy. The one that's been doing so well is this YM. It seems like the market here is starting a downward trend in the last 18 minutes, last 20 minutes or so. I just heard some new entries in the background. Yeah, so Giles, the updates are going to be incredibly simple with that tool. That's really the reason why we created it. We've kind of dummy-proofed it. Gold is amazing today, sir. This is the gold chart here. Rao is having some success. It looks like it's... let me squeeze it a little bit. Let's take a look, Ralph. Maybe the signal Bs are starting to hit. The NQ caught that roll. So let's try the NQ30 range. This one here. Let's see if we can get in on this short roll. Nope. So I'm going to try to get into a short trade on the NASDAQ 30 range. What I did was I enabled my 30 range signal B. I'm going to give it one more shot on this Apex account today and try to catch a short roll. The signal A just jumped in on the reversal. Let's see what the signal A does. It's kind of in a downtrend here the last 20-25 minutes. You see my 50 EMA is just solid red. That's this solid line is my 50 moving average. And it's just pointed straight down. The retracements back up have been very small. And this one has a 50-tick trailer on it. So the further up it goes, the less risk we have on the trade. Yeah, what we do here is we run these strategies in a variety of different settings. We have a number of servers that we use, and we accumulate data using a variety of different inputs. So looking for that short roll on my Apex. Let's see if we can get into this short trade now. Got a little downside support, I see. We'll keep an eye on that one. Signal A, or YM signal A's back in. I'm very tempted to just disable that 30 range on the apex. It's really a tough environment. We're in a bunch of long positions on the Dow and the Russell. Let's give it a little more room. There we go. Okay, now that's enough room there. It's actually setting up for... I'm going to disable this. It's setting up for a long trade now. There it goes. Took that long position. I prefer the signal A now. Let's see if we can get this roll to the downside on the signal A. This is a tough market. We'll give it another 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to take a break, and maybe after 1:15 this afternoon, once Jerome Powell whispers in the market's ear, it'll wake it up and get excited. Right now, things are a little difficult. Crude oil found a nice trade. Talk to people that really love trading crude. Here's the crude. And we're getting this big roll to the upside. Since we're up 450 on the crude trade, that's about the right time I like to bring up the stop a little bit. And a nice position on gold. Here's the gold trade here. There we go. So we got the roll onto the short side. This is a trade that I wanted to get into. This is on my Apex account. Giving us some heat here. Not getting much follow through today. It's kind of chopping all over the place on us. Okay, so I've hit my max limit, my loss limit on the Apex. So I'm going to go to that strategy and disable it and try again tomorrow. see if we're in anything else on the 30 range. The signal A, AI drone. Sometimes I watch Kush. Kush is our prop trader, and in his webinars, a lot of times he talks about, he kind of almost prides himself on certain sessions not taking any trades, and I always wonder when he says that, how do you do that? But this is kind of what he's talking about. It's far better not to take. Gold has gone straight up now. Wow, now I see it. Sometimes it's better to take no trades than a losing trade. Gold's making this big move up. It just hit a full winner right here on the signal B. Signal B, this is the time for the signal B. So a good practice, I think, is maybe on days like today when the FOMC meeting, maybe prior to the meeting, maybe just keep it in sim. That would have been probably my best decision today. Now this afternoon, it might be a completely different environment. And I always say in the webinars that I do that it's a very news-driven market. And once those minutes come out, there'll probably be a huge move to the up or down side and some really great volatility. But you can see right now that it's really a lot of sideways action with very low volume. This is the time. This is the best time to just step aside. Okay, we're going to let this be the last trade on on the Nasdaq. Let's see if this signal A can redeem itself. And when Forex Factory came up, and I saw that Powell was talking today, volume on crude is very low. Maybe we'll get some follow through to the downside now. We can really use the haymaker with that knockout punch here. This is what, yep, no follow through. Here we go. We can get a little breathing room here. We might be okay. Here we go. This was the signal A. We're trailing this trade by 50 ticks. Gold is on a big move up. Let's go to gold over here. Black gold. All right, so it took us out. The 30 range signal A is at $95 today. Yesterday it was, I think, up over. Mark said this morning it went up over $3,000 or $4,000, which is just amazing. Jumped right back in long. All right, well, the last trade. Gold is up over 2,400 an ounce. Amazing. Let's see our gold chart. Look at that gold signal B. Holy moly. Big, huge move on gold. You can see here on this gold chart, kind of went from going sideways to shooting up to the upside. Let's see if we're in a position on gold. Nope. All right, might get a big retracement. NQ signal A just went to the positive. Is that the 2-minute or the 30 range, Kim? Signal A was definitely the way to go, wasn't it? Yeah, yesterday the signal A killed it. You're right. So I'm sure you're referring to the 30 range. Mark was telling us this morning in the meeting it was up close to $4,000 yesterday. Getting a big bounce up here now. Gold's hit an area of resistance. Let me see if I can find my gold chart. Gold right here. Well, if it breaks through there, you know what? I might go to this gold on the signal B and try to catch this and just put this to PM. See if I can catch this gold trade. If it breaks through here, it could run. Put it on the apex. There's a lot of volume on gold right now. That's tremendous volume for gold. It's at 1,400 contracts a minute on gold. It's right here, copper nail. Might get the retracement too. Let me go to my strategies. I'm gonna try also the gold signal A. I'm going to try and take one more gold trade today because it looks like that's really getting the play. We might get it looks like it's going to go to the moon, but it's so far oversold. I'm going to load the signal A as well. I like the volume that it's getting. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't pop me in short right there. I must have just missed it. Might be best off. Gold is bouncing off of the area of resistance. Excuse me for just one moment. We're getting ready to wrap up. I was just seeing if I can get into this gold move. I try to enable the signal A, but I think it had already crossed through. The signal A would have caught the reversal. Currently, I'm enabled on signal A and B. I did change the trading hours. It looks like now well, it could jump into the... Okay, excuse me for just a moment. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for the day. Just missed getting into that gold to the short side. We're still in the crude trade, and up top you can see we're in the E-mini trade. Sure, Coppernail. If you're interested in joining, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the chat box. And once you do place your order, all right, Pete, yes. Oh, man, you just made my day, sir. Pete's up 1,300 in the Blue Knox. All right, Pete. If you're interested in the AI Auto Trader, you want to come aboard, Coppernail, what you would do is you would go to our website. Our website is at rightlinetrading.com. And this is the front end of our store. Under Trading Systems, you have the AI Auto Trader. And you'll come to this page here where we have a number of videos. And you have the checkout buttons. We're currently offering a monthly subscription, an annual subscription, or a lifetime, where there is no subscription. And once you place your order, the system will automatically deliver you the website will automatically deliver you the trading system, and it will also deliver a Calendly link for our IT techs, and you'll be able to schedule a convenient time today. If you're not available to do it today, then any day of the week or any hour of the day between, I think it's 9 a.m. and 8 p.m., pretty wide range of hours. And they'll remote onto your screen, and they'll install the entire workspace for you. All of the strategies, a separate SIM account for each one of the strategies, all of the charts and chart templates. The entire workspace will be saved in NinjaTrader for you. So the only thing left to do would be to launch your workspace, launch your NinjaTrader in the morning. Your workspace is automatically going to pop up. And the only thing left to do would be to enable your strategies by checking off the box on the far right. And we trade the system live every morning on YouTube. We have a great community of traders in Discord chat. And, there's really power in numbers. Being a part of the trading community, we have different channels in our server. We have the general chat. We have our resources, which is all our tutorial videos that show you the best practices and how to use the system. We have the daily results channel, where our members post what each strategy has done for the day. Problems and solutions, if you need tech support. There's a great community of traders and a bunch of resources available on our Discord chat group. So the most important thing would be right after you place your order on our website, it's going to give you a button that says schedule a installation, and you'll click that button. If you want it done immediately, call me here at the office. I'm more than willing to jump on and drop what I'm doing. We're going to close this trading session in just a minute. The number here at the office is 786-732-4656. and give me a call. We can get your order placed, and I'll jump on your computer, and I'll install it so you'll be ready to trade it this afternoon. Beautiful trade on crude oil. This crude trade is slowly working its way up to our profit target. Does that answer your question, Copper Neil? All right, listen, it was kind of a bad day trading for me, but just to summarize the day, obviously we have Jerome Powell coming on at 1:15. You're welcome. And, historically, I think everybody knows that has some experience in trading. And if you don't, I'll be the first to tell you that on days that Jerome Powell is going to be, talking to the media, talking and publishing what he has to say, the market tends to go into sideways movement. It's not really a great trending market. There are some exceptions, but generally speaking, those are historically known as being really difficult days to trade the market. So if there was a good time to step aside and maybe trade the system in sim until the report comes out, and then after the report comes out after 1:15, you might find some really great opportunities. So that's basically how things went today. We're in an FOMC. Jerome Powell and a couple of his associates are going to be talking throughout the day today, and I think that's why we're seeing this trading environment. The YM had an extremely good day, was up over $1,000. The ES jumped right out and took a huge winner to start the day, and was up about $800 or $900. Everybody's profit goals are different. A lot of people would have stopped trading at that point, including myself. And then the Russell now is still in the green. So in this tough trading environment, we still have some strategies that did extremely well. So we'll be back, God willing, tomorrow at 9:30, and we will do it again. And for myself, personally, I traded. I took 3 trades in my Apex, and unfortunately, I came up on the losing end on all 3, and I'm down about $680 on my Apex account. So I think I was up about $1,500 on the account, so I gave back a little bit, but that's okay because I know tomorrow we'll have a fresh opportunity. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that you'll come back and join me tomorrow. Have a blessed day, everybody. Give me a call if you have any questions. I'm going to grab a quick sandwich, and then I'll be back from 12:30 till about 5:30. Give me about an hour. From 12:30 to 5:30, I'll be here. You can give me a call. I put my number right in the chat box, and I'll be happy to do my best to answer any questions that you might have. Well, I hope everybody has a blessed day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. So long, everybody. Have a good one, Isaac.